Everybody, it's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Claw Season 3, Episode 2. Alright, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this one because not a whole lot happened this episode. So I broke it down by character. We're not going to go blow, blah, blah, every single scene. Just breaking down the storylines for every character and have a little chit-chat. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this episode, Desna and the whole team are trying to find out the operations of this casino. So they done all got together and decided that they're gonna have somebody down in the casino at all times. They're going down there, they're gonna run this shit whatever they was doing, child. It was cute. And Polly had rhythm and I was here for it. The plan is they going down to the casino. That's the storyline this episode is that she's trying to find out the inner operations and how they're laundering the money so she can get all of her cut of whatever she deserves as being the co-owner of the casino. So her, Jen, Polly, and Quiet Ann, they all go down to the casino to see what's going on. So all of them end up doing different things. And Mac and Melba are trying to keep her so busy that she will go back to doing nails. And they succeed for a little while. They're pulling her every different direction. We meet some of the other players that are involved in this casino's everyday, business interactions, such as the general manager, who Polly has some type of weird connection to. And child is getting weirder and weirder as the day goes on. We find out after talking to the accountant that got tortured, remember? So now she teamed Desna, I guess. And so after talking to the accountant, finding out that they send all this money to this account called Trip. Jennifer overhears a young woman, her name is Penelope, asking for a suite. And Melba is kind of like, shuffling around like, this girl mean business. And she said, well, I'm just going to call Trip. And as soon as she said Trip, things got to changing and moving and Sweet started opening up. So Jennifer, lets Desna know this. Now, at the same time, Polly has become the general manager. In a way, this lady changes personalities. It's crazy, creepy, and funny at the same time. But she's a general manager now. So she's going around with the general manager that is the general manager of the casino right now. Because now they're co-general managers, okay? So she's going around with him, finding out about all the daily operations, how things work, how they do things, so forth and so on. She gets to know him and find out that he done committed several felony offenses, and she wants him to elaborate on this. Some kind of way at the episode, a strap-on comes out, like an ancient-ass strap-on, and this is like, they hug. She figures out that Trip is the governor because he has signed a picture, thanks Trip or whatever. So she figures out that this is the governor. So I don't know exactly what the plan is now. Y'all gonna extort the governor? Like, how is this all gonna come to fruition? I'm not sure. But this is what is happening. With Rolla, Uncle Daddy, and that whole storyline. So Uncle Daddy comes to the shop. He begs to get Desna to let him use her name so he can sell pills at the clinic. And Desna, obviously, this is the first time he's ever had to do that. So, they make fun of him for a little bit. He got to beg and grovel. He gets smart with her and she tell him it's going to be $3K. I thought she said $30K or $3K. I don't know. But anyway, he got to pay her $35 if he want to clean the money through her shop. And so he agrees to it. He really ain't got no choice. And here go Toby running his damn mouth talking about some damn. She always trying to disrespect you. Boy, shut your ass up. Goes on over to the clinic, and the clinic is on and popping. Apparently done spread fast. The word done spread that they back open and they them pills in and out, pill mill, running that pill mill. So later on, he sees Virginia, and so they at the little taco truck. So they getting their tacos and they chilling, and so she said something wrong with you. Remember now, she's the three-eyed raven. Y'all remember this, right? So in the comments last week, somebody told me that that the eye that she got switched from like a lady who was like a clairvoyant type of woman. So that's why she's able to have all these abilities. Anyway, she sees that something is wrong with Uncle Daddy. She talks to Uncle Daddy, and Uncle Daddy tells her that it's something weighing heavy on him, and he know what he got to do. So later on, him, Bryce, and Rolla meet for dinner. At first, Rolla didn't even want to be there, but he comes on in and sits down with them, and he begins to, they have dinner, and Uncle Daddy starts to tell the story of what happened to his parents for real. So apparently, his daddy was a great gangster, but he was a terrible man, and he used to beat his mama and Bryce and Rolla. And he said, but back in the day, that wasn't my business. That wasn't our business. We just didn't butt in people's business like that. And so he says, a mama always came to me, trying to get me to help her, and I always sent her back. And so one night she came to me, and she had got beat up, and I sent her back home. I brought her back home, and that night he beat her to death. And when he found out about it, he said, I went over there and I shot him. I killed him. And Rolla, you think this is going to make things better? But it doesn't make things any better. Roller's still upset. He said he dead to him. Even Bryce was like, he did. You know, he did beat us. I do remember him telling me to hold his beer or something like that. Why he beat mama with the VCR. I said, child, what type of shit? Okay, what in the CPS is going on? Okay, at your house. No, God. What a VCR, Jesus. So Roller still feels some type of way, to which he goes to Desna. He all messed up in the head. Desna is busy. She ain't got time for this. But one thing I like about Desna, as soon as he said, I need this girl, I need a girl. Girl. And she was like, oh, okay, you need it. All right, baby, what you need me to do? You need me to choke your neck, baby? He like, nah, I don't want you to choke my neck. And so later on, he tells Desna that, you know, he really wants to be with her. Like, he want to be in a relationship with her. Like, she needs to stop tripping. And I understand what Desna is. Because after you get your feelings hurt so many times, you don't want to be invested in these relationships, okay? You just kind of, like, tune out. And she can't trust nobody. And after everything that done happened with Dr. Ramel, I don't think she's ready to just give her heart away. So she basically says that. And he's like, but I've changed. And she says, okay, we'll prove it. So we're going to see if Roller actually proves that he's changed. The first thing that he can do in order to do that is start to wear shirts. I was like, Roller got to be musty. Because, y'all, when he had that jacket on, he had no shirt on underneath. I'm like, so you just ain't going to put on no shirt? Like, you just ain't going to put clothes on in the daytime? Like, you ain't going to wake up with clothes on? Like, I could see, now I can't even see you walking around with no shirt on, with your whole shirt unbuttoned with no shirt underneath. Even in Miami, like, I feel like you should at least have an undershirt, because your shirts will be musty, because you're going to be sweating. You know what I mean? Like, I need for Roller to wear an undershirt, or, like, at least put on a shirt. Like, if you're going to wear a jacket, the least you can do is wear a shirt. Then you need a barrier, okay? So that's one of the first things he can do to prove his love to Desna. But I'm assuming that he's going to prove it. Either he gonna prove it or he gonna go back to being a host. So, you know, we'll find out sooner rather than later. Polly and Ken. So Ken is texting Polly, you know, buku, you know, trying to get in touch with her. She ain't trying to get in touch with him. And he talks to Bryce about it, and Bryce tell him that he being too thirsty. You know, to make a long story short, he being a little too thirsty. He needs to back off, give us some space. She done been through a lot, you know. You can't be hitting her with all that 10 texts in a row. If you text somebody 10 times in a row and text you back, like, baby, stop texting them. So, anywho, he does just that. He asks Polly out to lunch. She finally agrees to go, because she even complained about it to Desna. So she gets there, and she's in her personality of the general manager of the casino. So she's not even being Polly. So, you know, he give her the line about he's going to give her some space and all of that. And she hit him with the... Great, that's, you know, that's interesting, because I have transference issues. Basically, I'm always in another personality to avoid you living in my own reality. And that's when he kind of like broke and was like, what you mean? Like, I love you and you love me. Like, what do you mean? And she was like, I'm telling you, like, I don't want to deal with my reality, so I have different personalities. Like, boy, didn't you hear what I said? Boy, I just said that. Like, what? And he was like, what, I know that you love me. Like, what you mean? Like, this is crazy. Like, can we just talk? And so she put off her glasses and she talked to him, and, you know, basically telling him, listen, I can't be with nobody. I'm incapable of being with anybody. I don't think that's a lie that she's telling herself, but I think they got to go through a little bit before they make it back together. But so she kind of tells Ken like it's over with, and he's like, I love you. And she's like, well, do you need to hear me say I don't love you, because I don't love you no more? And that's it. And so she gets up and she's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, she had snapped back into other personality, and I was like, this bitch is really crazy for real. Like, when Desna put her hand in like this last week, Polly was the first one to put her hand in next. I said, Polly, be ready for the fuckery and the bullshit, okay? Polly's still crazy, and now she done broke up with Ken, child. Poor Ken. The muscle competition at the casino. So they having a muscle competition. Homegirl, who is the governor's mistress, we find out Penelope, and she's pregnant from him. She know a lot of secrets. So Desna uses one of the deaf contestants to help her read lips, and she tells her that they plotting on killing Penelope. So Desna is also the mistress of ceremony or whatever for the ceremony. So she gets up, she does the whole thing, and they go through the contest, and we know the contest is rigged because, you know, homegirl started talking about she wanted $250,000, she wanted this, she wanted that. I was like, girl, you gonna get end up dead, sis. You ain't got no security, sis, and you got all these demands, and you with these crazy ass people. Get to the competition, they announce the winner, and the girl is not there. Well, come to find out, Quiet Ann has snuck her out to her auntie's house. to safety, and we think that all is safe. Okay, so Desna has not only found out about the trip account, so she feels like she knows about this governor's secret account, and she's going to, I don't know what the plan is, but it is a plan going forward. She feels like she has saved this young woman's life. Okay, she feels like she's bossed up. So she puts her bossed up jumpsuit on and she walks through the club. Okay, fuck everybody. And then I think she go up to the back. She starts smoking a cigar. She kick her leg up. I mean, big boss style, like she got it going on. And come to find out, honey, Penelope is not safe. The homeboy, the general manager, he done got down to the auntie house and done killed Penelope. Penelope is dead, honey. Dead. Dead, y'all. Looked like he slit her throat or something because the blood was coming from the back of her head, child. I don't know. So, yeah, I think that Desna's in a little bit over her head. I think that Desna is in a little bit over her head. I think that she's she a little bit too confident. We want you to be a boss, girl. We want you to take protocols and precautions, sis. So I think that, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. I think that she's going to miss out on Rolla. I don't know. I hope that she can see that Rolla really cares about her and he really want to be with her and he really want to be a good man to her. And I hope that Rolla have the stamina to like prove it to her, because Desna been through a lot. It's going to take a lot to break through that wall. And so, if he don't have the stamina to make it through, you know what I mean? Like, you can't blame him, if he do. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I hope you're strong enough to handle it so y'all could be together or whatever. Because it would be nice if they would be together, and it would be nice to see Desna happy. I really want Polly to like get a grip on whatever her issues are, because I feel like, she's an older woman on this show, okay? And like, girl, like, you can't even be in a relationship. I'm gonna need for you to get that together. So I want for Polly to work on her issues. I really liked Quiet Ann on this episode. It was like throwback from the beginning, season 1 Quiet Ann. I really like that. And yeah, I really like that security guard moment. Was cute when he was like, I don't ever have anybody to talk to. That was hilarious. Oh yeah, and let me chill. I forgot about Uncle Daddy. So Uncle Daddy, he confessed. After the confession, he decides that he wants to turn the clinic into an actual rehab clinic where they actually just give people medication who need it and like provide counseling and resources to people so that they can be free of drug and alcohol abuse. Okay, like he wants to actually be legit. Everybody is like, what the hell is going on with Uncle Daddy? So we're going to see how long that lasts. I don't imagine it's going to last too long. But you never know. It might. Who knows? We're going to be optimistic. Virginia going to be up in there being a 3-hour raven. So, maybe it'll all work out, baby. But Penelope is dead and Desna is in over her head. I made a rhyme. So, I know this one was short, but like I said, it wasn't a whole lot that was going on this week. But I did think it was a good episode. I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. So, if you liked it, let me know. Let me know all your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can at WatchDawnOfA. That's on Instagram is where I post the most, but that's also my Snapchat. And if you need to email me, my email is whoisaprildawn@gmail.com. So, holla at me. I got a lot of filming to do today, so I'll see y'all plenty of time today. All right, peace.